guys, welcome back to my channel, Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura, and I'm doing another pick a card reading for the week. This week I decided to do it on career and finance. We are still going through the COVID-19 pandemic. People are wondering about their jobs here in the U.S. People are losing jobs. People are getting laid off. Businesses are closing. Family businesses are closing. So there is just a lot of uncertainty out there right now about money and money things. I do feel like that will all forever be changed in the next few years. We will see just exactly how the pandemic has affected our just global financial situation. But just that doesn't, that doesn't really help families. I think families right now are looking for a little bit of reassurance that everything is going to be okay. I do believe that everything is going to be okay. I'm not an economist, but I do know that the human spirit is resilient and we will get through this. And I think we'll all get through it together. I think it will push us into being more community-minded and helping each other out. But, those are just my personal opinions. As I said, I'm not an economist, so I don't know about all that stuff. But I do know that people are basically good, and people will help each other when it comes right down to it. That I know for sure. As Desmond Tutu, the great Desmond Tutu said, people have to remember evil is an aberration. It's not the norm. So, all right. So I am going to pull 4 piles for this pick a card reading, and I will put the camera down so you guys can see those 4 piles. Again, this time the pick a card reading is going to be on career and finance. So if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to my channel if you would like to. It's very helpful to the channel. And hit that bell and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and share my videos with anybody that you think might be interested. I did notice on my last pick a card reading, it was a yes or no pick a card. I got a lot of comments on that, and I really, really enjoy your comments. Thank you so much for being engaged in this channel. That is kind of the weird thing about it. When you do a YouTube channel, I feel like I'm talking to you guys personally. I feel like I connect with you guys when I'm doing these readings, and I am a channel, I guess, as you would say, for messages from Spirit, and I am very happy to give those messages to you guys. It's a lot of fun for me, and it's usually pretty interesting too. But you do feel like sometimes that you're just talking out to the void, so putting comments in the comments section, writing your thoughts, your opinions, whatever, it's really cool. It makes me feel like that I'm engaging a community where we can talk openly about things related to New Age philosophy, spirituality, tarot cards, crystals, whatever y'all want to talk about. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and get started. As I said, I will have 4 piles down here for you to choose from for your yes or no money and career. I think finance and career, money and career is probably what I'll call it. Pick a card reading. This is going to be a timeless reading. I am recording this in September of 2020. But whenever you find this video, it is the right time for you. And I'm going to be asking the question, what's coming up in money and career for the next 6 months. So we're looking at 6 months out, and that's from the time that you view this video. Okay, I'm going to put the camera down and we will get started with our pick a card reading. Welcome back, my lovelies. So I do, as I said, have 4 piles down here for you to choose from on the what's coming up in the next 6 months career and finance pick a card reading for this week. On pile 1, I have an Amazonite, pretty blue stone. On pile 2, I have a rough cut citrine. On pile 3, I have an aqua aura quartz. And on pile 4, I have a malachite. So choose the card or the pile that's speaking to you that you think is going to answer the question for you. What's coming up for me in the next 6 months in the way of career and money? And I will, as always, put the timestamps for the piles in the description box below. That way you can go, after you choose your pile, you can go directly to that if you want to get your reading. So again, this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Go ahead and make your decision, and I will get started on pile 1. So if you chose pile 1 for your money and finance pick a card reading, these are going to be your messages. Pile 1 had the Amazonite on there. And I chose all of these stones particularly for, because they assist with money. But this one, the Amazonite, enhances desire to attain spirituality, to bring success, and to attract luck and money. It dispels negative energy and aggravation and assists in manifesting your desires. So that's a good stone for a money reading, career and money. So here's the thing. I have 3 Rider-Waite tarot and 2 herbal tarot in each deck. I'm going to look at the Rider-Waite first, or in each pile, sorry. I'm going to look at the Rider-Waite first, see if I can get a little bit of an idea about what is happening, and then hopefully the herbal tarot will provide some clarification. I do have my clarifying Rider-Waite small Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords. Small deck here that I can use to clarify anything that I need to. And at the end, I do think I'm going to pull one of the oracle cards if the spirit moves me to. I feel like I'm going to, but we'll see how it goes. All right. So for pile 1, the cards you got were the King of Cups, you got the 7 of Cups, and you got the 9 of Cups. Okay. Woo. All right, I forgot to tell you guys this. So this is the first time I've ever done this, but before I got started pulling the cards, I asked for I just did kind of like a meditation on each one of the piles and just asked for messages for each pile. And I did get messages for each pile, so I'm going to share those before I start the reading. Now, I love music. I always have. So sometimes my thoughts come into me from, they're like snippets of songs. And it's never like the whole song, but it's just like a little snippet. So here's what came to me for pile 1. The first thing was stay the course. That's the first message that came to me. The second message that came to me was love, love, love. And the third message was the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar there'll be sun. Okay. So those were the messages that came for me for pile 1. We'll see how that plays out. And the reason, what reminded me of that, that I had done that, is because these are all cups. Cups are emotions. Cups are love. So this pile does seem to have a lot to do with love, love, love. And I'm not picking up on a romantic love. I'm picking up on just love, love, love. Focusing on love, maybe getting your mind off career and money for a little bit. And focusing on what is there, and what is there for you is lots of love. Okay, so the first card that we have here is the King of Cups. That is my card for Cancer. It is also an older gentleman who is very good at relating. Like maybe you have someone like this in your life. Maybe it's a father figure. Maybe it's, if you are older yourself, maybe it's someone that you're involved in. This person understands, he's compassionate, so he understands people's feelings. He understands that they matter when making decisions. He is very good at building relationships with other people. This would be kind of a public relations person or someone in sales. Someone not the typical like fast talking salesman, but the kind of salesman that knows that they have to network and they have to build relationships with people if they're going to build up their business. It's that kind of person. It's all about relating. The Seven of Cups is a card of a lot of options. You have so many options. You have so many things that you can choose from. It's kind of like everything is available to you right now. You could do anything that you want to do right now. But kind of the message of this card is you're going to have to pick one. Pick one. Yes, there are a million options. Pick one, stick with it, and take that particular idea or that particular thing, focus on that, whatever that is for you. The other message of this card, and who knows, is a surprise person comes into your life. That can be a surprise pregnancy. These cards don't necessarily say that, but they don't say no either. It could be a surprise pregnancy. It could be a new lover. It could be just a surprise person that comes in your life that helps you, since this is career and money reading, that maybe helps you in a career decision or helps you get a job or helps you in some way. But it's a surprise person that comes into your life. And the Nine of Cups, now this is an absolute abundance card. It is also a wish fulfillment card. So this talks about love for sure, but it also talks about money. It's just wish fulfillment. It's abundance. It's complete abundance. So I'm kind of picking up that although money and career is kind of on everybody's mind, and a lot of people are worrying about that kind of stuff, you're not. You are really grounded in your relationships. You're really focused on your relationships. You kind of have the attitude of, it's going to be okay. The sun will come out tomorrow. I'm going to stay the course. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to focus on the love that is around me instead of worry about money and finances. I have everything I need. Maybe you do have everything you need financially. Maybe you are very abundant. Maybe you are rich, and maybe that's why you do not have to focus on career and money, because that you have that. So you are you're going to be concerned about how you relate to people. Okay, so the two cards that we got as clarifiers, we got the Queen of Cups and we got the Strength card. The Queen of Cups is my Scorpio card. It's my card for Scorpio. It can also be an older woman who is very good at relating. It's a great mother. She's so open emotionally. Kids really love this queen because she's just so open and so loving and so caring. It's that woman that you always say, you really should be a kindergarten teacher, because they just have that nurturing, loving thing going on. Anytime you have a king and queen of the same suit in a reading, that's a relationship to me. So this just kind of reiterates what I was saying, that you are focusing on the relationships in your life. That is more important to you than money for whatever reason. And your primary relationship in particular, you're focusing on that. If you don't have this, it might be coming in. That surprise person, that mate that you've wanted, it might be coming in the next 6 months. Again, Cancer, Scorpio, and Leo. This is the Strength card, so this is my card for Leo. in general, the Strength card means that, what was that message? Stay the course. It's kind of that. It's kind of an inner strength that carries you through a situation. It's when you talk about this kind of strength, this is a feminine kind of strength that you're going to need in the next 6 months to carry you through. And the feminine kind of strength is more like tact, using tact and diplomacy to get what you need and what you want, going back to relationships and building relationships. So it's going to take tact and diplomacy to get through this situation. But you have the inner strength. You have everything. There's so much yellow here. I see so much yellow in this reading. And yellow is a card of confidence. It's associated with the solar plexus. So it's just how you're going out confidently into the world when your solar plexus chakra is balanced. You just have an inner strength and a confidence. So I'm picking that up on this. And for some reason, you guys, for the next 6 months, I'm just not in the least bit worried about you. You just have an inner strength and a confidence that your money and your financial situation is fine. You're not even worried about it. Maybe you're not worried about it because you actually do have abundance. Maybe you're not worried about it because you have faith. Because you're like, I'm just not going to focus on that. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to focus on the love that is in my life. I'm going to focus on the relationships that are in my life. Not your primary relationship, yes, for one, but all of the relationships that are in my life. I'm going to focus on people. I'm going to focus on love. I'm not going to focus on money and finances right now. That is going to work itself out. That is the inner strength that you have. There's just the knowing that the money and the finances is going to work itself out. Now, if you do have some money and financial situations, things going on that you need help with, I think that help comes through people you know. I think it comes through relationships that you have built in the past and relationships that you will be building in the next 6 months. Okay, that's great. That is a great, great, great message. I want to do a Sedona deck since y'all are so happy. These kind of seem like happy cards to me, mostly, the Sedona deck. So I'm going to pull a Sedona Oracle for y'all. You guys Sedona is very much associated with spirituality and being in tune with earth and spirit and all that stuff, which seems like this reading kind of seems like that to me. Y'all are very in tune with spirit and focusing on the love and the good things and not worrying about all the mess that's going on around you, whether that's COVID-19, losing jobs, gaining jobs, financial, losing money in the stock market, any of that kind of stuff. You're just not worried about any of that kind of stuff. It seems like you guys have your mind in the right place. So let's see if we can get some advice from the Sedona deck. Advice from Spirit. Night sky, hope and guidance. Let's see, we could probably put that there. Okay, so it's not that there are more stars in the Sedona night sky. You just see them more clearly here. It's the most spectacular view anywhere. Look often to the heavens for hope and renewal. Give thanks to the Creator for such breathtaking beauty and for the tiniest twinkling lights we see in our darkest hours that give us hope and guide us on our path. I think you guys are absolutely there. You're absolutely living in a place of gratitude. You're absolutely focusing on the love that's in your life and not any lack. I think that is maybe a message that because you are there, you can guide someone else on the path to being in this amazing space that you guys are in the middle of this pandemic that's been so weird for a lot of people. Okay, that's all I have for pile 1. I'm sending you guys lots of light and love. Namaste. If you chose pile 2 for your money and finance, career and money, pick a card reading. These are going to be your messages. Pile 2 had the citrine on it, and I chose these particular crystals because they do have something to do with career or finance. So the citrine promotes happiness and creativity, brings abundance and success, and encourages warmth. I love citrine. Okay. So before I pulled the cards as I was pulling the cards for each pile, I did ask Spirit or the Divine for messages, just channeled messages. And I am kind of a music person. I like music, so sometimes the thoughts just come to me in a snippet from a song, not the whole song, just a snippet or whatever. So for pile 2, I got 3 messages, and the first one was, we've only just begun to live. The Carpenters, I love them. The second message was, and baby makes 3, don't shoot the messenger. And the third message was, send in the clowns. All right, so we'll see how that plays out, or if that plays out here with these cards. So I pulled 3 Rider-Waite Tarot. I pulled 2 Herbal Tarot, but it looks like you guys might have got 3 in this pile, and I just kept them in. But so I will talk about the Rider-Waite first, and then I'll use the Herbal Tarot for clarifiers. I do have the small Rider-Waite Tarot that I can use for clarifiers if we get into the reading, and it looks like we need that. King of Cups. So for pile 2, okay, and then I will pull an oracle card for just additional guidance or messages from Spirit if we need that. Actually, I'll probably do it anyway. I'll probably pull an oracle card at the end, just for a final thought. Okay, so for the Rider-Waite, we got the Ace of Swords. We got the Moon. And we got the Death card. Okay, let's talk through these. The Ace of Swords. Aces are always new beginnings. I'm just reminded that this reading is for next 6 months. So it's what's coming up in career and money in the next 6 months. And the reason I was reminded of that is because aces have seasons associated with them, the way I read them. So the Ace of Swords to me is wintertime. But the meaning of the card is a new beginning. So you are being offered, if you notice the hand of God is in this, the hand of God is always in the aces. It's always a new beginning that's being offered by the divine or the universe. So you are, it's a new beginning. It is a new beginning that comes from adversity. So you get this card a lot of times where when you've kind of been going through a rough time and there's a shift, you get a new beginning. It's a hard-won beginning sometimes. You notice that he's got that crown, that laurel of the laurel crown. That's the sign for victory. In ancient times, the laurel wreath represented victory. So it's like winning. You win. Maybe after a hard-won battle, you win. Maybe it's an internal battle. It could be a struggle with worldly things, but sometimes it is just an internal battle. So you also notice there is this sword represents truth and it represents clarity of thought. So your beginning may also come from after a time of having a little bit of muddled thinking. I say that because to me, the moon can be a little bit of muddled thinking. It represents a lot of things, but sometimes it's just like not being able to get clear on anything. The moon card is associated with Pisces, first of all. It's the major arcana card for Pisces. But it represents a time when you are going through life and there's a little bit of confusion around you. There's secrecy around you. There are things that are going on beneath the surface that you do not know about. You can't get a handle on it. There might be some secrecy. There might be some backbiting that's going on behind your back, in like maybe in a work situation or an office situation. Sometimes this is a period of I don't know if you're familiar with the term the dark night of the soul. It's like you go through a dark night of the soul where you have to take a look at your shadow self. But when you're doing that, when you're in that place, things get really confusing sometimes. You can't see a clear path. You can't see the way forward. That is always by design, by the way. Those periods in your life when you're just muddling through and you can't get clear, there's a reason for that. That's a part of a process. You're going through that for a reason. There's learning, or it's just not time. It's just not time for you to know the whole picture. It's really hard during those times sometimes to stay grounded and focus on healing yourself, like doing meditation, doing yoga, eating right, taking care of yourself, because a lot of times that's the only thing you have control over in those periods of your life. I say that because I've just recently been through one of those myself. So anyway, the moon represents a time when you're moving forward down the path based on your instincts, because you can't see everything that's going on around you. Now, this is exciting. The death card, actually this is a transformation card is what it is. The death card comes along when something is ending. It can be any number of things. It's going to be different for everybody. Because we're doing a money and career reading, it can be an ending to a job. It can also be an ending to being unemployed. So the death card does represent an ending, but it represents an ending that brings on a brand new life, because you're transforming. Like the phoenix, you're rising out of the ashes and you're transforming into something completely new. It's really exciting. I will say this about the death card too. In my experience, in my personal experience, and I do not know if this is this way for everybody, but in my personal experience, the death card only comes along when things were supposed to end. Things should be coming to an end because it was not good. For whatever reason, I couldn't pull the trigger on it. I couldn't let it go. It was supposed to end, and I'm better for it. It's kind of like the Tower card too. The Tower card is kind of just like when things blow up in your face. Sometimes. But those situations only happen because they're supposed to happen, and it's for you. It's for your growth. It is for you to get to a better place. It's for you to get to your better life. It had to end, always, in my life anyway. All right, so I think actually it more is in this order. You may have been going through a period, or you may go through a period in the next 6 months, because we're talking about money and career for the next 6 months, where you're just having to struggle through on instinct. And this is a card of using your intuition too. Pisces is very much associated with your intuition. So you just have to move forward based on your instinct, using your intuition, trusting that you are on the right path. It does appear that it's not going to be forever. Within the next 6 months, that period of not being sure, not knowing what's going on is going to come to an end. There is going to be a death and a transformation. That's, again, going to be different for each of you. It may be the ending of a job. It may be the ending of unemployment. It's the ending of uncertainty, definitely some kind of uncertainty. And then you're being offered a new life that comes out of a little bit of adversity. But this new life is being offered from the hand of God. It's got the hand of God in it. All right, let's take a look at these herbal tarot, see if we get any clarification here. So we got the 5 of Cups. Put that down there. We have the 8 of Cups. Put that down there. And we have the 4 of Swords. Okay, so this just kind of reiterates what I was just saying. Like when I was talking about the Moon card, and when you go through the dark night of the soul and you can't see anything that's around you and you have to use your instincts, that is when you just focus on the things that you can control, which is how you take care of yourself, the yoga, the eating right. The 4 of Swords is a period of rest. It's like you need to take time out. You need to make sure that you're getting your rest. It's a card of self-care. So as you're going through this time, don't forget to take care of yourself. And sometimes that's all you can do. Just take care of yourself physically, spiritually, emotionally. And then trust, you have to trust that you are on the right path and that this too shall pass. And it will. And it's going to pass within the next 6 months. Okay, so the 5 of Cups is a card of mourning. There is some loss here. You have lost something. You have lost a job. You have lost friends. You have lost some money in the stock market. There is some loss here. But the message of this card is don't look too long here at what you've lost, because if you turn around, you'll notice there's something left to build on. There is some love there. There is some money left. There is something. There's something for you to build on. So turn around. Don't stay here too long. Don't mourn this death too long. It's natural to mourn the death of something or the loss of something, but just don't stay there too long. Turn around, see what is left to work from, and go that way. So again, a new beginning, maybe a new beginning out of adversity, but definitely a new beginning, and the hand of God is in it. So it is exactly the way it should. It's a hard-won beginning, but it's exactly where you need to be. And it looks to me like this is kind of cool. The 8 of Cups is the card of walking away from something to pursue what you really love, to pursue that 9th cup. So yes, you are probably taking a leave, maybe from a job. But the message here is, although it was good, although it provided what you needed financially, it wasn't what you loved. It wasn't your passion. So this is a card of, this is giving you an opportunity. All this that has happened and all this loss that has happened is giving you the opportunity really to go pursue what it is you really, really want to do. Clarity of thought, right? What do you really want to do? So when you're in this muddled phase, might be a good time to try to figure that out. What is it that I really want? Take some rest, take some time out. But as you know, when you're meditating, See if you can come to this clarity of thought. See if you can find this truth. What is your truth? What is it that you really, really want? Because that's what this new beginning is offering you. It's offering you the opportunity to change careers and to do what you really, really want to do. So while this looks like an ending, I'm going back to that original message. We've only just begun to live. I think this ending is offering you a new beginning and an opportunity to really live, to really do what you want to do. So I'm actually going to pull a Sacred Traveler Oracle on this one. I don't know why, but I feel like you're going places. Although it might be rough getting there in the next 6 months. The message is keep the faith, because you're absolutely going places, and in the end it will be good. But I think you're on a journey here. I think you're on a journey for the next 6 months that probably, I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, right? We all go through periods like this in our lives, by the way. And with this COVID-19 pandemic, lots of people are going through it, especially people in the restaurant industry. Those jobs are really in jeopardy. There are a lot of occupations. Tourism, really in jeopardy. So a lot of people are going to find themselves in this situation in the next 6 months where they will be, one career is going to be coming to an end for them, but it does give them an opportunity to do what they really, really want to do, what they really love. So, you know, I guess it depends on how you look at things, right? If you look at it from that perspective, like it's an opportunity. The universe has given me an opportunity here. Distant thunder, clear the air. I bet you I can tell you almost exactly what this is going to say. Dramatic purification. So the Sacred Traveler wants you to know, on the distant horizon, a storm is brewing. Great shards of lightning are thunderbolting to the earth from the heavens. It can feel chaotic, but it heralds a time of renewal. The thunderstorm clears the dust out of the air and re-energizes the earth. Be open to change. It's all good, even if it doesn't seem like that. New energy is flooding your energy field. Examine your life and see if there is anything that needs to be cleared, renewed, or released. Now is the time. Renewal and even rebirth is at hand. Well, that's synchronistic, and that is exactly what this reading is about. Like a phoenix, you will rise from the ashes. You will move on to a new beginning, and losing this, I'm going to say it's a job, is the best thing that could have ever happened to you. You may not see that at the time. Don't mourn too long, okay? Don't mourn too long, even though losses are hard to take sometimes, believe me. I know, I'm not that good at it myself, but don't stay there too long, because you're being offered this new life that allows you to go out and do what you really, really love to do. What do you really want to do? Good reading, you guys. Very dramatic reading, but it's still a good reading. Let me know how this turns out for you. Put a comment below. This might take 6 months to play out, but it's very exciting. It's an exciting time. It is going to require that you take care of yourself, though, because it's going to be a little bumpy and then wonderful. Okay, so that's all I have for pile 2. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. All right, my lovelies, if you chose pile 3 with the Aqua Aura Quartz, these are going to be your messages for your what's coming up in the next 6 months in career and money. Yes or no, pick a card. The Aqua Aura Quartz, I chose all these stones today because they had something to do with money or abundance or attracting good fortune or whatever. But the Aqua Aura Quartz releases negative energy, promotes wealth, and encourages angel communication. That's kind of cool, huh? All right, so let me talk about this first. So before, as I was pulling the cards, I just asked the universe for some messages for each pile. Just kind of like a channeling messages, I guess, from the divine. And for pile 3, we'll see if this plays into this particular pile, the messages that I got for pile 3. And I got 3 messages for you guys. I am kind of into music, so sometimes thoughts come to me in like snippets from songs. Maybe it's the whole song, but usually it's just a snippet. And so if that happens, that's just the way I think. Can't help it. But the messages I got, the first one was expansion. The second one was making lemons out of lemonade. And the third message I got was positive focus, positive energy. So no music on that one, but still very good messages for pile 3. And let's see if that plays into this. I'm gonna hold off. I've been pulling 3 Rider-Waite, 3 Herbal Tarot. It looks like you guys got more on both cases, so I'll just leave the Herbal Tarot here. We'll look at those in a minute to kind of clarify the messages, and we'll start with the Rider-Waite messages. So the cards you got were the Queen of Cups, the 3 of Wands, the Star card, and the 5 of Wands. Okay, let's just take these one at a time. Okay, the 1 major arcana card that you've got here is the Star card. The Star card is the major arcana card for Aquarius. It is also a card of hope and wishes. She is pouring her wishes. This lady is at the edge of the pond. The stars are all around her in the night sky. She is pouring her wishes into the water, just like a wishing well. But this is a really positive card. It's a card of hope. It's a card of expansion, like in your message that you got. It's a card of wish fulfillment. Whatever you desire comes to you. The Queen of Cups is, for me, the Scorpio card. It is also an older woman who is very in touch with her emotions. She's that kind-hearted person. She is kind of wears her emotions on her sleeve a little bit. She's not afraid to tell you how she feels. A lot of times children really, really love this queen because she's very open-hearted. She's that lady that you think, you know, you should teach kindergarten because she's just that warm, loving, caring, sensitive, that kind of person. The next card we got here is the 3 of Wands. This card also has a lot to do with expansion. So in the 2 of Wands, you are looking out on the world and you're just trying to decide which direction you want to go into next. The whole world is out there for you to feel, taste, touch, experience, explore, you know? So that's the 2 of Wands. In the 3 of Wands, you have made a decision about what it is that you want to do out there in the world, in the big, wide world, not just in your little neighborhood. You're taking up your wand and you're moving forward. So it is literally a card of expansion. The 5 of Wands is a card of, it can be a card of competition. It can be a card of conflict. A lot of times this can be internal conflict, or it can be a conflict with other people. Whatever this conflict is, it's small. It's not like the Five of Swords. In the Five of Swords conflict, people are going to lose jobs. You know, it's a big, there's, you know, really damaging stuff going on. This is a little more like everyday rivalry, and to me, it's always the card of sibling rivalry. I have a couple of cards of sibling rivalry, but this is one of them for sure. It's just competition. It's just little squabbling. It's little internal conflict, nothing major. So in the question of what's coming up in the next 6 months in the way of love and money, I think you're manifesting. I think you're putting your wish out there to the universe, and the universe is saying, okay. I think it may come after a period of not necessarily knowing which direction to go in. Maybe a little internal conflict about what you really did want to do. But I think that you have come to a conclusion. You've made a decision about what you wish for. You've chosen. You're expanding. You're moving out into the world, and it's based on something that you love. I'm going to use these cards to clarify here a little bit. Okay, so we got the Ten of Swords here. We got the King of Wands. And the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so this actually changes the story a little bit. Usually the clarifiers don't change the story that much. They just kind of reiterate or complement what's already been said. But I think this changes the story just a little bit. It looks like there has been a little bit of conflict. We're talking about love and money. So I'm sorry, we're talking about career and money. So it has something to do with that. There's been a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of competition, a little bit of conflict here, and I think it's caused something to end. The Ten of Swords is literally an ending. It's kind of my card of stick a fork in me, I'm done. That kind of ending. You're exhausted, you're done with it, it's over. Whatever this is over. So in reading 2, there was a very clear ending to a job or some big situation. This doesn't feel like this. This feels like it actually may be the ending of a job, but it's almost like, I don't care. I'm so over it anyway. So over you people. You're so jealous of me. It almost feels like that, right? But something is ending. And remember the messages that we got, one of them was making lemonade out of lemons. This king is the King of Wands. It's also my card for Aries. This is an entrepreneur. The Aries are the opportunists of the zodiac, for sure. If you've ever seen that movie Schindler's List, Oscar Schindler, I don't know if he was literally an Aries, but to me he was an Aries. Just one of those business people that takes a bad situation and opportunistically turns it into a way to better himself. Now, sometimes that can be super, super ugly thing to be, but it seems a little callous, right? Especially in the example of Oscar Schindler. However, it's a really good way to be. It's kind of like looking at, I think I used this saying last time, when God doesn't close a door without opening a window. It's looking at that window when the door closes. What is available to you? I've got this crap going on. I'm done with this. I'm not doing this anymore. I lost that job. I got fired from that job. And that's just how you feel about it too. It's like, whatever. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to catapult myself into something that I really wish for, what I really want. And the good news is this is going to turn out great. So you've ended this business deal, whatever it was. It may be some kind of business that you were wanting to start. It's not working out. You're just saying, okay, I'm done with that. It may be a job that you didn't really care about. It's like, okay, that's over. I was fired from that job. Or nobody's fired these days, right? It's all laid off and furloughed and all that stuff. But so I was furloughed from that job. I don't really care about that job anyway. These people were not fun to work with. They're kind of fighting all the time or whatever. So I'm going to go out into the world. He's going out into the world here. He's going out into the world here. He's he's deciding what it is that he wants, really, really, really wants. Puts that wish out into the universe, and something's happening that is moving that forward. Taking up that rod and moving forward with it in the next 6 months. And it's going to be really good. It feels like something that you really, really love. Maybe a Scorpio helps you with this situation here, this expansive situation. Maybe Aries, maybe an Aquarius. Maybe you are one of those signs. Doesn't matter necessarily. Because it is a money and career reading. You know, these people might play into your situation. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the energy of this, right? But you are taking up the rod. You're moving forward, and it's going to bring you great abundance. The Ten of Pentacles is a very abundant card. It's having all of the pentacles. It's living in abundance for yourself, and sorry, you guys. It's living in abundance for yourself. And it is leaving a legacy for your family as well. So there's plenty of money that comes from this opportunity, but you will also be able, it's not just for now, it's for generations to come. This card may mean that also that you receive some money from somewhere else that helps you with this venture that you're going out on. But in any case, it's good. It's kind of like, I feel like this is a young person. I feel like it's just someone that's because this job is not, it doesn't feel like it was a career. It just kind of feels like you were working at something. Because of everything that's going on with the pandemic, you were laid off. You're kind of like, good riddance, don't like you people anyway. I'm going out into the world. It's a wish. It's something that you really wish for. So maybe this is not even a job at all. Maybe this is an adventure that somebody is going to finance for you. A big adventure. Oh, no, it could be anything. Maybe you're going to go work for the Peace Corps or something like that. But it's adventurous. Wands are adventurous, and it's out into the whole world. It's not just what's going on in your neighborhood. So it's big. It's something big adventure that's coming up for you guys, and it's going to be good. It's not only going to be, help you. It's also going to help you leave a legacy. Okay, so since we're traveling out into the world, let's see what the Sacred Traveler Oracle has to say about this. Sacred Traveler. What advice can you give my pile 3 here for money and career in the next 6 months? Money and career. What do you got for us? Oh, yeah. It is a great adventure. Great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward. Okay, so the Sacred Traveler wants you to know, hoist your sails, catch the trade winds of adventure, and enter the open seas. Explore new ports of call. It's easy to stay safe in the harbor, but that's not where the juice of life is. When you sail the open seas without knowing what the day will bring, life force energy is activated within you. There are no guarantees when you take a risk. Be willing to go out on a limb. That's where the best fruit is. When you push yourself beyond your personal boundaries, life is so much more fulfilling. Wow, you guys. Okay, so this is an adventure. This is it may be, there's money to be had out there. It's going to be prosperous. But it's also a great adventure, whatever it is. It is exciting. Don't be afraid to take the risk. Get out there and explore the world. Forget about this ho-hum job back here that you left behind. This is all good. I love this reading. Adventure awaits. Okay, so that's all I have for pile 3. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Okay, if you chose pile 4 for your career and money, pick a card reading with the malachite. Kind of cool. These are going to be your messages. So I chose all these stones today because they had something to do with abundance or money or you know, something like that. But the malachite represents the healing green of nature. So it promotes healing, peace, and balance, but it also brings, it enhances wisdom and intuition, and it brings abundance and good fortune. So I did something new this time, and before, as I was pulling the cards, I asked, I got channeled messages from the divine. And for pile 4, I got 4 messages. I am kind of into music. I like music a lot, so sometimes thoughts come to me in the form of stanzas from, or lines from a song. Not necessarily the whole song, but just like a little snippet of it. So for pile 4, the first thing I got was money, money, money. It's like money, money, money. Is that a song? I don't know. But that's what came to my mind. It's not a song I know well if it is a song. And the second message I got was, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down. Simon and Garfunkel. I don't know why. And then the third message I got was not related to music. It was just charm, tact, and diplomacy. So we will see if those messages play into this reading. I pulled 3 Rider-Waite Tarot. Looks like you guys got 4, so those are going to be the basic messages. And then I pulled a couple of Herbal Tarot, and they will be clarifiers for this message. And then if I need to, I've always got these, my miniature Rider-Waite Tarot. So I will pull a card for, I will pull the clarifiers as they're needed, or if they're needed. And then at the end, I will pull an oracle card for a final message from Spirit. Okay, so for the Rider-Waite, we got the 9 of Pentacles. We got the 4 of Wands. We got the Knight of Cups. And we got the 10 of Swords. Okay, so this is what's coming up in career and money in the next 6 months. So this could play out over a bit of a period of time. Some of this could happen right away. So let's just talk through this. You got a 9 here, and you got a 10. So the first card is the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is the card of absolute abundance. If you notice, this woman has a lot of coin around her. Pentacles are coin. They're money, material things, food, clothing, shelter. But she's also got all this lush green. These grapes are very fertile. She is living in abundance. There's absolutely no doubt. The one thing that there's a little bit of a warning on this card, she does have everything that she needs, but if you notice, she's looking a little wistfully at this bird right here. It does appear that she might be a little bit lonely. The 4 of Wands, I've kind of been studying this card a little bit lately because I've had some things happen in my life, but basically this is the card of celebration. You have a reason to celebrate. This card comes up when you're getting married, when someone's having a baby, big celebrations of big things in life. Someone gets a new job, something like that. But, so the reason I've been studying this card is because you notice these wands are standing straight up right here. It's like the 11-11 portal, which I've been seeing 11-11 a lot lately, so that's why I was kind of looking at this card. So the 11-11 portal means it is a time when you kind of have a direct communication. You're in direct contact with the divine, and when you're in this space, things manifest in your life faster. It's like from earth down to from the divine down to the earth, straight line coming down. The Knight of Cups, knights are bringing things into your life, right? The knights usually are offering something. They have something in their hand. So the Knight of Cups is offering something in the way of a relationship. Can be offering a new relationship, can be offering a reconciliation in an old relationship, can be offering a friendship, like putting the hand of friendship out. But the Knight of Cups is something coming in the way of emotional help, romance, or relationship. This is the odd bird here in this particular spread. If I were just reading those cards, I would say, okay, in the next 6 months, you have absolutely nothing to worry about in the way of money. You've got everything that you need. And not only that, you've got something new coming in your life in the way of relationship. It's a good time for relationships. It may even be a marriage. So if I was just reading those cards, that's what I would say. So then you have the Ten of Swords down here. And the Ten of Swords is a definite ending. It is an ending usually after a period of struggle, because this is, if you notice, this guy's got swords literally in his back. All these 10 swords are in his back. Tens are endings and beginnings at the same time too. But this is my stick a fork in me, I'm done card. You usually get this card when something has been weighing on you so heavily. It's been such a bad experience. It is now over, and you are glad it's over. It's like, thank God, that's over. That has ended. So I'm going to take a look at these cards and see if they can provide a little more clarification on this. No, it does not. A little more confusion. So the Two of Swords is the card of having to make a decision. You're in a place where you need to make a decision. You need to go in one direction or the other. You don't necessarily like either choice that you have, so you don't want to even look at it. This woman is blindfolded. She is holding out on making this decision. She does not want to make this decision. She does not want to look at this choice that she has to make. The message of this card is you can't hold out forever. You're going to have to look at it. You're going to have to pull the trigger. You're going to have to make a decision. Now, the second card that we got for clarification is just kind of clarification. It is the Nine of Pentacles. And anytime you get a double to Nine of Pentacles, that's just reiterating that message. So, the good news is, in the next 6 months, in the way of career and money, you've got everything that you need. You're living in abundance. You're okay. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on down here, though. Let's see. Can I get clarifier on that Two of Swords? See if we can get some clarification on the Two of Swords. Why is that Two of Swords there? Three of Swords. Why is that? One more for the Two of Swords. Justice. Okay, you guys. Well, this took a turn that I did not expect it to take. Okay, so Justice card, it is, first of all, the major arcana card for Libra. It can also be literal justice, like our law system, our legal system. A lot of times it's karmic justice. What you sow, so shall you reap. What you put out comes back to you, that kind of thing. Okay, so okay, I don't think this is gonna be for everybody. Let's just go back to a general place real quick here. So, your question is about money and career in the next 6 months. So the general message here is that is all good. You do not have to worry about that. You are in a good place. Some of you will have some love that's coming into their life, and it may even be a reason to celebrate. It could even be a marriage. Okay, so then this message I feel like is not for everybody, but I have to put it out there because it's what the cards say. I can only read the cards, right? For some of you, there has been a situation going on in your primary relationship. There's heartbreak here. This card can mean third-party situations, like there's a third party involved in the relationship. For a long time, you did not want to look at it. You didn't like either choice that you had to make. If you admitted that there's heartbreak, this relationship is broken. If you would have admitted that you didn't like either choice, it either means you have to leave the relationship or you have to stay in the relationship, and neither one of those was appealing to you. I've been there. So you held out for a long time and you didn't want to take a look at it. However, I do think in the next 6 months, you are looking at it. You're going to have to, in addition to the Three of Swords being heartbreak or a third-party situation, the other meaning of it is like a lancing. When you have this kind of turmoil that's boiling underneath the surface, it just continues to hurt and to cause pain until it is lanced. And then once it is lanced, then the healing can begin. And yes, it sucks. But that is the good news of this card. It means that you're going from a 2 to a 3. So you are looking at it, you're dealing with it. You're dealing with the fact that there's heartbreak. And heartbreak comes into all of our lives at one time or another. So I'm very sorry about that, but please know that now it can heal because you've taken a look at it and you're dealing with it. I do feel like for some of you, because we've got the death card here and the justice card here, I do feel like for some of you, the choice is going to be made to end this relationship. I do feel like it's an actual marriage because the justice system is going to have to be involved, or there's children involved in something. Even if you're not married, you'll have to go to court and deal with the custody issue or something. But you are making a decision to end this relationship. And here's the good thing about this card. It is a stick a fork in me, I'm done card. So in that way, it is good in and of itself. It means I'm done. I'm over this. I've made a decision. I cannot do this anymore. This does not serve me anymore. And that can feel good a lot of times in itself, even though it is a very painful thing to do. So if you notice here, the horizon is there, and see how dark this is? That horizon is there for a reason. It's to remind you, because you've had the guts to let this go, because you're okay with being okay with it being done, then the sun will come out. See how yellow? See how yellow? So this has got to go away. This has to happen. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that, but it has to happen for you to get to this yellow, for you to get to this place of celebration and happiness and abundance and living in joy and having love in your life, and being connected spiritually with the divine. For whatever reason, to have this is going to have to happen for some of y'all. Some of y'all, this is just coming in the next 6 months. This is just where you're at. But for some of you, there's going to be an ending of a relationship before you can get to this. I'm sorry, I hate to deliver that message. I kinda am excited about having the guts to face it and saying, you know what, no more. I want this. I want this in my life. All this good stuff in my life. So that part of it is good. So I think we need some real wisdom here. So I'm going to go with the angels and ancestors. I need some serious wisdom on this reading. All this wisdom is real. I love all these oracle cards, but I think I'm turning to my angels and ancestors on this one. This one fell out, so we're going to call this a freebie. It is Protection Guardian. Drop your shields. So what advice do you have for my pile 4 here? What advice do you have for the pile 4? What words of wisdom can you offer for pile 4 here? Words of wisdom for pile 4. I just checked the recorder to see if it was on. I thought, oh my gosh, if I've gone through all this and I'm not even recording, that would suck. Okay, pile 4. That was interesting. Cut. All right, so the second card we have is Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions. You got a couple you got some people looking out for you guys in this process. That's awesome. Okay. They're right next to each other in the book, too. That's interesting. All right. So we'll start with the Protection Guardian. Drop your shields. The message is drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Know that you don't need to hide who you are or the gifts that you have. You were born to shine. You may have encountered shame or embarrassment in your past, but that is not your present. Angels are drawing close at this time to help you move beyond any limiting thoughts, emotions, and patterns that may be making you feel unsafe. Know that angelic protection is swirling around you at this moment and will help you move forward in a more fearless way. Call on your guides for help in changing your frequency so you can feel safe and protected at this time. You are stronger than you think, and your angels and ancestor guides are here to help you realize this now. Wow, that is so nice, especially for the people that are going through this over here. All right, so the water guardian, connect with your emotions. It says take time to understand how you really feel. Know that your sensitivity is not a curse, but a gift that allows you to receive and understand messages directly from your soul. Your angels want you to know that it's okay to feel the emotions that are surfacing in you at this time. It doesn't matter if they are joyous or sad. They are all powerful messengers that allow you to understand what you want and need. Taking time to breathe and acknowledge them lets them flow through you rather than crashing down on you as an overwhelming wave. Note that there are also intuitive psychic messages arising in you at this time, and unless you acknowledge everything as it comes up, you may miss important guidance that can lead you to support and love. Whew. Okay. So yes, this is just an acknowledgement that this can be a rough time. Feel what you're feeling. Allow yourself to mourn the loss, but don't try to hide your emotions. It's okay to feel them, and you are protected at this time. You can call on your angels and ancestors to protect you and your spirit guides. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave that there for the pile fours. That is a little bit of a mixed bag, but don't forget that in the end, you will be living this life of abundance with a lot of joy and a lot of love in it. Okay, until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste.